राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. Today I'm going to read from the book Insights from Hanuman Chalisa by Swami Sarupananda Chinmay Prakashan. Companion for Life. The Hanuman Chalisa is more than a hymn. It's a doorway into the spirit of devotion, courage, humility, and wisdom, all beautifully embodied in Sri Hanuman. In 40 simple verses, Gosai Tulsidas offers us not only a prayer but also a guide for life. That is a great formula for progress. As you think, so you become. If we meditate upon something, then we become that. To remember Sri Hanuman is to awaken the strength to face difficulties, the clarity to choose rightly, and the surrender that allows divine grace to follow through us. Each verse is like a mirror that reflects our inner potential and shows us how to live with purpose and love. This book presents the Chalisa verse by verse with meanings, insights, and questions to reflect on. Read, contemplate, and allow its powerful message to take root in our heart. Where Sri Hanuman is remembered with love, there lives Sri Ram, Mother Sita, and Lakshman, in the form of knowledge, devotion, and selfless service. Now I am invoking Doha. Sri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nij Mano Mukura Sudhari Baranau Raghubara Bimala Jashu Jodayuku Falachari. With the dust of the lotus feet of my Guru, I cleanse the mirror of my mind and then sing the spotless glories of the best in Raghu dynasty, who gives us the four fruits of life: dharma, merit and righteousness; artha, wealth and security; kama, fulfillment of desires; and moksha, liberation and bliss. Our mind, like a mirror, has gathered the dust of countless lifetimes, lust, greed, anger, ego, such that it cannot reflect the divinity that is ever present within us. But the dust of the Guru's feet, symbolizing humility and surrender, cleanses the mind instantly, restoring it to clarity. The Guru is the true purifier. Here I remember my Guru, Srimad Swami Gahananandaji Maharaj of Ramakrishna order. Truly, the Guru is the purifier. With this clean heart, we are able to sing the glories of the unblemished Sri Hanuman. Sant Tulsidas glorifies Sri Hanuman here as a son of Raghu dynasty, for his love was so pure that Sri Ram and Mother Sita called him their own child. In remembering him, we are blessed by the four goals that lead us to ultimate fulfillment. So now let us reflect. Imagine a still, clear lake mirroring every tree and cloud. As the water turns muddy, observe the laws of reflection. Imagine the mind as a lake. So, what muddied it today? If the dust of the Guru's lotus feet signifies living the teachings, what concrete steps will be taken today? Prayer, seva or service, japa or study to invite grace and cleanse the mind. So let us reflect on our notebook and write these answers. Let me know what are your answers in reflection. Next, Doha about strength, intelligence, and knowledge. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. Recognizing myself as dull and ignorant, I remember you, O son of the wind god, Pavanaputra. Grant me strength, intelligence, and knowledge, and remove the sorrows and impurities of my mind. Prayer is often misunderstood as a list of demands or complaints, when in truth it is an act of surrender, placing ourselves at the altar of all compassionate and allowing His power to work through us. Gusai Tulsidas reveals the art of true prayer through 5 steps: Naman, Smaran, Kirtanam, Yachna, and Arpanam. Naman is bowing down in humility, admitting our ignorance and letting go of pride. Smaran, remembering with love Sri Hanuman, the son of Pabandita, who moves like the wind, serving tirelessly without seeking reward. Kirtanam, glorifying his noble qualities and welcoming him into our heart. Yachna, asking not for fleeting gains but for the real treasures of strength, intelligence, and knowledge. Arpanam, offering our weaknesses such as attachment, anger, greed, lust, and ego, or allowing Sri Hanuman to steal them from us. When we approach him thus, we gain the inner faculties of clarity, courage, and wisdom, by which all else is attained and the heart becomes light. Now let us reflect. Do I approach prayer with demands or with surrender? So many times we go to temple, we bow down in humility, and then we ask multiple things as desires or demands. I'm not saying that having desires or demands is bad, but the better is if we can surrender. It's really very difficult. If we can surrender, then Lord will take care of us. God will take care of us. How do strength, intelligence, and knowledge bring lasting fulfillment compared to the fleeting gains we usually seek? What is my one true weakness, and how does naming it unlock real learning and growth? So let us all reflect and write down these three questions in our notebook. So next, I'm reading the first chaupai, Ocean of Wisdom and Strength. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपी सतिहु लोक उजागर. Victory to you, O Hanuman, an ocean of wisdom and virtue. Victory to you, O Lord of Vanaras, who who illuminates all the three worlds. The very name of Sri Hanuman means one whose jaw is broken. As a child, he tried to leap up to the sky, mistaking the sun as ripe fruit. Alarmed, Lord Indra struck him with a thunderbolt, injuring his chin. Even as a child, Sri Hanuman's power was unmatched. But he is not only mighty, he is also a treasure house of wisdom and noble qualities. When he first met Sri Ram, he spoke with such depth, humility, and clarity that Sri Ram instantly recognized him as no ordinary being, but one who is well versed in the scriptures. In Sri Hanuman, strength and wisdom blend seamlessly. As shown by Ravan, strength and knowledge without values can be dangerous and destructive. Sri Hanuman, on the other hand, embodies humility, service, courage, compassion, devotion, and selflessness. That is why he is celebrated as the light of three worlds, illuminating here, there, and everywhere with his presence. So now let us reflect, how do I use my strength to serve or to assert pride? Many times when we gain name and fame, so we started developing our ego. Then we started to show our ego. So let us see, how do I use my strengths to serve or to assert pride? Second question for reflection, name a person who pairs strength with humility and what sets them apart. Third question, one Hanuman virtue to embody this week, what it is for me. So let us reflect these three questions in our journal and reflect on the on our answers to this. So here I even want to mention that Hanuman's jaw is broken, and but here when we see in our world, many times we see youngsters, or many of us are very much conscious about our outer beauty, or conscious about, people talk about body shaming and all. So if we look at Hanuman, his jaw is broken, but he is so much confident. So whenever we go to Hanuman temple or pray to Hanuman, we see his inner beauty. He is celebrated as the light of the three worlds, illuminating here, there, and everywhere with his presence. So let us also reflect on this, on inner beauty rather than our outer beauty. The second chaupai is Messenger of strength is about messenger of strength. Ramaduta Tulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama. You are the messenger of Sri Ram and the abode of incomparable strength. You are known as the son of Mother Anjani and the wind god. Whenever Sri Hanuman was asked who he was, he never spoke of his own power or greatness. He would simply say, I am the messenger of Sri Ram. His greatest identity was not his abilities, but his relationship with the Lord. True humility is to define ourselves by our devotion rather than our ego. Sri Hanuman possesses strength beyond compare. He carried mountains, shook Lanka, and faced armies of demons single handedly. His power was immeasurable, but it was never misused for selfish gain, for he had no desires of his own, no attachments binding him. When the ego is surrendered, the infinite power of the Lord flows through us, as it did through Sri Hanuman, who served Sri Ram as closely as his shadow. Born of Mother Anjani and blessed by Pavan Devta, the wind god, Sri Hanuman is a symbol of purity, service, and brilliance. From Mother Anjani, he inherited devotion and gentleness. From Pavan Devta, the spirit of tireless service, and from the grace of Lord Shiva himself, great courage and strength. Thus, Sri Hanuman stands as an embodiment of supreme power dedicated wholly to the Lord. So, now let us reflect, what is my higher goal in life? How does aligning work with a higher purpose strengthen resolve and resilience? What desire or attachment can I set down to serve more freely? So let us jot down this question and reflect on the answer. Today, on this Easter Sunday, I'm going to read the third chaupai about destroyer of ignorance. Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi Kumati Nibara Sumati Ke Sangi. O great hero, mighty as the thunderbolt, you remove wrong thinking and are the companion of the wise. Sri Hanuman is Mahavira, the great hero. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. And Sri Hanuman shows us this in every moment. He is Vikrama, heroic in deed and fearless in spirit, his strength likened to the thunderbolt of Indra, unbreakable, unstoppable, and always victorious. But his greatness is not in power alone. His true heroism is in the battle against ignorance. Sant Tulsidas calls him the remover of Kumati, negative thoughts, distorted values, false beliefs, limiting beliefs, and the inseparable companion of Sumati, right thinking, noble virtues, and clarity. Sri Hanuman's presence awakens discriminations in us, giving us the strength to reject what is false, what is limiting, and embrace what is noble. He is Bajrangi, whose body is like a thunderbolt, yet whose heart is soft with compassion, the protector of righteousness and the destroyer of evil, not only in the outer world but in our own mind. To meditate on Sri Hanuman is to invite strength, courage, and right thinking in our lives. So now let us reflect before we sleep today. What negative thoughts or limiting beliefs trouble me most? So let us jot down our limiting beliefs. Second question about how do I show courage when afraid? How to conquer those limiting beliefs? Third question, what steps can I take today towards right thinking, positive thinking? So let us make two columns. In one column, let us write about our limiting beliefs. And the second column, let us write what are the steps I want to take today towards right thinking and positive thinking. So, with this, we started the reading of this book on Hanuman Jayanti. So, I want to end this week with this chaupai. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. When you lead a life in complete surrender to Lord Rama, then the strength that rises from within you, that is Sri Hanuman. When love, beauty, erudition, courage, determination, and success come to your life from a source beyond the body, the mind, and the intellect, that is Sri Hanuman. When you reach your life's goal like a sure shot arrow from Sri Ram's bow, that is Sri Hanuman. Keep him always within your heart as the situation demands, chanting the Lord's name in times of peace and in the face of imposing challenges, for that is where he belongs, Sri Hanuman. This is from the writings of Swami Chinmayananda. So today is Shankashti and Easter. So on Easter Sunday and Shankashti, let us pray to universe for positive thinking, powerful thinking, and conscious thinking. I'm a powerful soul. I'm a conscious soul. I respect everyone and everyone respects me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. Thank you. Sri Hanuman, Ram Lakshmana Janaki, Jai Bodo Hanuman ki.